The streak now stands at 9, having strolled over into the ballpark with a textbook display of power, pitching, and defense. A night Ron Washington, that old-school baseball purist, must have been very proud of. The combo of patience at the plate, some two-out lightning, a gutsy performance from a starting pitcher, all keeping his team in the game and getting on to a very reliable bullpen. Also some excellent defense displayed throughout the game. It sounds like every other game in this fantastic run. Tonight, the Rangers go for 10. They're taking on the Pirates next on Fox Sports Southwest. Josh Hamilton resting tonight, and David Murphy gets an opportunity to play instead. Hamilton sits with a 17-game hitting streak. The Rangers have a 9-game win streak, and here they are, second-best record in all of baseball right now at 42-28, taking on a struggling Pirate team at 25-45. We welcome you to Arlington along with Tom Grieve, the Hall of Famer. Tom Grieve, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm Josh Lewin, and the Rangers have, boy, so many different stars to talk about right now. Guys hitting the ball, in fact, crushing the ball in June. One of them is Julio Bourbon.
Well, we talk about Josh Hamilton as the best player in the league in the month of June, and he certainly has been. Close second might be Julio Bourbon when you look at the numbers he's put up. He's had big hits during the winning streak, none bigger than the one last night. A 2-out, 3-run homer that gave the Rangers the lead. What's he done in the month of June? He's hit over 400. Almost a third of his hits have been extra base hits. He's been on base almost half the time. Great month of June for Julio.
And again, a chance to shine a little brighter tonight because Josh Hamilton is not in the lineup. The Rangers, only once in their history, have had a 10-game win streak. They have a chance for their second ever tonight as they take on those Pittsburgh Pirates. Nelson Cruz and company ready to rock and roll. We'll have the first pitch for you when we come back after this. Money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Buy Jack in the Box. Get a Soccer Jack antenna ball for only $1 plus tax. And buy Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. Grab a buddy, come on out. The Rangers and the Pirates are just about to start Game 2 of a 3-game intra-league series, and Dustin Nippert will get that start tonight in for the injured Rich Harden. The Rangers won the last time he took to the mound. And now tonight on a dollar hot dog night at the ballpark, and a nice crowd assembling on a warm summer evening. Here's the Pirates batting order. The Pirates are 20 games under 500. Lost yesterday 6-3. It's Tabata and Walker, McCutchen and Jones. Ryan Church and Pedro Alvarez, who's only been up for about a week. Ryan Domit, Delwyn Young, and Bobby Crosby rounded out for manager John Russell. Your Suzuki scouting report for the tall drink of water. There is Dustin Nippert on the mound.
He's been in 23 games, most of them in relief. He had the one start. That was Thursday at Florida. 74 pitches in 3 innings. Gave up 3 runs in that game. He had 4 home starts last season and pitched well in those starts. He actually threw the ball well at Florida. An unusually high number of foul balls. His fastball was 94, 95, 96 frequently. If anything, he probably hit the hitter's part of the strike zone too many times. They really didn't put it in play as much as they fouled it off, which worked his pitch count quite high. But he threw the ball well. And now after 74 pitches in that game, he should be pretty well situated to throw 80, 85 pitches and hopefully go 5 or 6 innings today. We'll see. Good opportunity, though, for Dustin.
If he gets one out here right now, he'll have an ERA of under 5. 5.01 ERA. It's kind of an unfortunate ERA. You are barely into the 5s. Tabata, who had a hard luck 0-for yesterday, will foul one out of play. He's quickly behind 0-2.
Dustin has a good solid fastball, anywhere from 92 to 94 and sometimes a little higher. Good curveball, good changeup.
Yep, in there for strike 3 called. Rob Drake rings him up.
And that's the good command right there. 2 fastballs away. 0-2, he came in. Tabata was just not ready for this pitch. You can see the target and you see the ball right in the target, right on the inside corner. Nice pitch.
And a nice beginning to the ball game for the Rangers, who again won yesterday behind Tommy Hunter. He goes to 3-0. Ross Ohlendorf, the loser, goes to 0-6. 4 pitches, 4 strikes from Dustin Nippert. There's Tommy Hunter, who was a strike thrower yesterday, too. Really getting too much of the plate in that first inning, Tag, when some of those breaking balls just were kind of down the middle.
Yeah, and the thing about a hanging breaking ball is it's not going that fast, and it's easier for the hitter to catch up with. Tabata got a fastball right down the middle on the second pitch, but it was 93 miles an hour, and he fouled it off, missed his chance. 5 pitches, 5 93-mile-an-hour fastballs, 5 strikes.
Another strike as Neil Walker fouls one back. We've talked enough, I guess, in the pregame time about the Rangers streak of 9 straight wins. The Pirates have lost 12 in a row on the road. And overall, they've got 5 wins in the last 4 weeks. 5-19.
The Pirates actually played a pretty good game last night. They had the unfortunate play where they had a runner thrown out at the plate in what could have been a pretty big inning. A spectacular defensive play by the Rangers on that relay play. They had an early lead. They had some base hits. They were pesky hitters all day long. They just got beat by the long ball yesterday, especially Julio Bourbon. The high changeup to him was the difference maker.
There's a breaking ball, a hit in the air. Bourbon and Cruz, and it's going to be Bourbon.
Walker had a good swing at that. It was a pretty good breaking ball to hit. He just got underneath it a little bit.
2 up, 2 down, 8 pitches, 8 strikes so far for Nippert. It's Murphy instead of Hamilton tonight. Mutually agreed upon day off between Hamilton and Ron Washington. Matt Traynor gets another start behind the plate. Matt Trainor's got 5 home runs. And I'm looking at Elvis Andrus, Ian Kinsler, Julio Bourbon, and Chris Davis combined with 4. Obviously, Andrus not known as a home run hitter, but Kinsler was supposed to have a few. Davis was supposed to be up here having a ton. And Trainor has out-homered the whole lot of them.
There's a quality pitch right there at 95 miles an hour.
This is something. 10 for 10 to start out for Dustin Nippert. Every pitch a strike.
And the big difference between this game and the game in Florida is command of the fastball, where he's throwing it.
First one that misses.
He was trying to throw that one high and get him to swing at it.
On a 96-degree Wednesday evening at the ballpark. Yeah, the Rangers getting it done, as you said, Tom, with the long ball yesterday. Michael Young went first. Bourbon had the big one, the 3-run shot. Josh Hamilton put number 17 up there on the Greens Hill. Hamilton could pinch hit tonight if it comes to that, but boy, that would be a precarious situation, as the hit streak currently is at 17 straight. He might have just one opportunity at that point to extend it to 18. Taken a little bit tight, and from 0-2 to a walk. Bringing up the hottest Pirates hitter, Garrett Jones. Looked like a good pitch.
Probably is on the tracker.
Ooh, boy.
Right about at the knees, and he's way back in the batter's box. Home plate is way up in front of that. When it went by home plate, according to the tracker and our side view, it looked like it would have been high enough.
Garrett Jones, not just the hottest Pirates hitter, but the hottest hitter in the National League. The only guy with a current 12-game hit streak. Started yesterday 2 for 2. Not really that much of a breeze tonight. Although yesterday, with the hot weather and just enough of a breeze, we saw some baseballs carry pretty well. We mentioned yesterday, last time the Pirates played here in Arlington was 6 years ago. They got rained out back-to-back games right around this time of year. That will not be happening this week. The Rangers were down 2-0 yesterday, rallied for that 6-3 win. Neftali Feliz, another save, number 20. Leads the American League. He's one off the Major League lead. The only younger pitchers with 20 saves in a season. Terry Forster back in '72 was a little bit younger than Neffy. Houston Street was basically a couple weeks younger than Neftali Feliz when he did that in 2005. Remember, this was not even supposed to be the closer this year. That was supposed to be Frankie Francisco. Foul tip, 1-2. The Angels won yesterday, too. They rallied to beat the Dodgers, so the lead stays at 3.5 for the Rangers. They've got the best win streak in baseball, 9 in a row. The other hot team is the Chicago White Sox, 7-game win streak in it today. And Seattle has played well. They've won 5 straight. Might be too little too late. They are 13 behind the Rangers. Runner going. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nippert strikes out 2 in the inning. And now the Rangers against Paul Maholm coming in to hit Andrus, Young, and Kinsler to get it going. will try to persevere without him. They have won 9 straight games, and they will send these guys to the plate tonight against the lefty Paul Mahallam. Andrus Young and Kinsler. Vlad Guerrero hitting .323, one of the top totals in the league. David Murphy gets the start, but yeah, it's against a tough lefty again. That seems to be the way for Murphy. Cruz, Smoke, Trainer, and Bourbon against the 4 and 5 of Paul Mahallam, the Mississippi native. He actually went 6 scoreless his last time out before he surrendered a few in the 7th. Your Suzuki scouting report.
He's had 14 starts. It's not surprising playing for the Pirates that he has a losing record, but he's pitched pretty well. .377 is a solid ERA. Giving up some extra base hits this year.
Not a lot of home runs, though.
Only giving up 1 home run in his last 48 innings. That's pretty solid. In his career, he's been tough on lefties. .207 coming into the year.
Last year allowed just 1 home run to a lefty all season, 148 at bats. So the Rangers are getting a bunch of righties in there. That seems to make some sense tonight.
Mahallam was the 8th pick in the draft back in 2003 out of Mississippi State.
He's going to walk Andrus right away. Bringing up Michael Young, who got the Rangers scoring started yesterday. There's John Russell, who flies a bit under the radar, kind of a low-key personality. Safe to say he's neither loved nor is he despised in Pittsburgh. Just kind of the guy who manages the Pirates. The defense for the Buccos, that's one thing they do well, actually, is catch and throw the ball. They were best in the entire National League a year ago. Actually, John Russell on that last homestand for the Pirates was not way under the radar. He took on all 4 umpires in one of those games. Got ejected, put on quite a show. 25 and 45 will do that to a man. Boy, 5 out of 6 have missed from Mahallam. Nippert in the top of the inning started out with 10 straight strikes. The consistency of a humming refrigerator right there. Michael Young. He's put him down for a hit, maybe 2, pretty much every game. .309 is his batting average right now, and for his major league career, it's at .302. To right field, and that is foul.
Josh, you referenced his last start, 6 shutout innings, then he gave up 4 runs. He ended up losing that game to Cleveland. Prior to that, in 4 starts, he had a 1.44 ERA, only 4 runs in 25 innings. He only won 1 of those 4 starts, had 3 no decisions. Highest pitch count of the year has been 113. Half of his starts, he's under 100 pitches.
Young creaming one to left field. That ball going. That ball up and gone. Home run, Michael Young.
A lot of Michael's home runs go to right. This was a fastball in a fastball count. Looking for it all the way. This time he got out in front of it and juiced it straight away left field.
I'd written down on my notes exactly what you just said, that 6 of his last 7 home runs have been to right field, not even right center. And he just pulled this thing out of here to make it 2-0.
Mahallam was having a hard time throwing a strike. He came in and threw a strike, and unfortunately it was a pretty good strike to hit.
Had allowed 1 home run in his last, what did we say, 48 in the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
And 2 batters into the game tonight. There goes Michael Young.
He hadn't faced the Rangers in this ballpark, though.
Boy, number 10 hits number 10. Trying to get the Rangers to the 10-game win streak.
Mahallam's been pretty consistent. His ERA, we mentioned, 3.77. He's gone at least 6 innings in 12 of his 14 starts. Off to a little shaky start today. He's not a hard thrower. Fastball mid-80s. A little finesse lefty. Got a pretty good changeup. You saw it right there.
Yep, getting Kinsler to roll out. You know what Mulholland's really known for, Tag?
No.
I'm going to tell you. He was the pitcher that Billy Crystal faced in spring training a couple of years ago.
Was he?
Yeah.
A lot of pressure right there.
A lot of pressure.
You don't want Billy Crystal to take you deep.
It got to 3-2. Crystal actually had a foul ball. And then Mulholland threw one at about 87 right by him. So.
Well, if you really wanted to feel like a ball player, you should have drilled him in the ribs. Billy Crystal's a great ambassador for baseball. He loves the game.
On a night, by the way, that your friend and mine, Jerry Seinfeld, is in the Mets broadcast booth for tonight. Yep. Visiting with Keith Hernandez.
Well, Jerry is just as big a Met fan as Billy is a Yankee fan.
And both can weigh in on Lady Gaga about any time they want to. We won't even go there, but not as good an ambassador for the game as Mr. Crystal and Seinfeld. Way outside, Vlad Guerrero. It just looked like Mulholland didn't even want a piece of Vlad Guerrero. A chance for David Murphy now.
Well, Mulholland's idol must be Jamie Moyer. Not that Mulholland doesn't throw harder than Jamie, but what about the year Jamie Moyer's had? He's won like 7 or 8 games.
It is remarkable. He's 47 years old.
Zeroing in on 50 years old. Doesn't throw 82 miles an hour. Yet he's pitched good games against good teams this year. That's just amazing.
And he looks like he's 29.
He does. He does. He keeps in great shape.
Who knew? I mean, he was a Ranger a long time ago. And his career all but over, it seemed. He was a Ranger back in '89 and '90. Murphy, who's been a very patient hitter when he's gotten a chance to play. He's got 4 walks in his last couple of ball games. And again, a chance to play tonight as Josh Hamilton gets a night off. Got to give the guy a break at some point. But wow, 20 for his last 35 at-bats. That was some kind of hot. There's another base hit. It's Murphy in the right field. Guerrero with those big strides going to third. Runners at the corners and just one out. Up comes Nelly Cruz.
Well, David keeps getting the starts, and a lot of them are against left-handed pitchers. So it's good experience for David batting against all these lefties. David gets a breaking ball, middle of the plate, but down, reaches for it, yanks it right by the first baseman Jones, who was holding the runner on him. He's got a hole to shoot for, and he took advantage of that. Good spot for Nelly right now. Got a run at third out there, less than 2 outs. Nelly picked up a sacrifice fly last night. Similar situation later in the game.
That was the only run that didn't score on a home run for the Rangers yesterday. Joe Kerrigan goes back to the dugout, the highly thought of pitching coach. Well, Vladdy, who hasn't had a hit for a couple of games, is on base. And David Murphy, who doesn't get to play that much anymore, is on base. And up comes Nelson Cruz. You gonna grow out your goatee like Nelly? Just kind of rest it on your shoulder like that?
I never really thought about doing that. How about you?
Wouldn't mind doing it if I could.
You can't bring out a goatee?
No,
I bet you
like
could.
No.
No?
Better luck just sticking half a Brillo pad on there and telling people I did it.
You'd look a little bit more like a member of a rock band with a little more facial hair.
We're supposed to get all eyelinered up on Friday. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to, but guys are playing at Sherlock's after the game Friday. I'm going to run on over after.
I think you got to go for some fancy facial hair to go along with it.
They're all doing the 80s hair metal set, and they're painting up. I don't know if I'd look very broadcaster-like, all painted up.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. 2-1 the count to Nelly Cruz. Nelson just off the DL. And at the point at which he went on the DL, he had driven in 14 runs in his last 11 ball games. So he had to kind of hit the pause button on a hot streak. Takes that off-speed pitch down too low. 3-1 with smoke on deck. A Michael Young 2-run homer as the Rangers on top early. And that is taken for ball 4. 3 walks in the inning. Mahalam, not usually a guy who's that wild, but he's walked 3 Rangers.
I think what you're seeing, Josh, he just wild to Anderson to start the game, but now you got Guerrero and Cruz, and I think it's a combination. He may not have pinpoint command yet, but he's also being careful to those 2 guys.
Runs batted in June on your forward leaderboard. Hamilton way out in front, and let's not forget about Justin Smoke's June. This is in the major leagues, AL and NL. Only 3 guys better than Justin Smoke, and there's one of them. Lob shot right in there for strike 1.
A great chance to add to that total right here.
12 runs batted in heading into June. Now he's got 32. There's still a lot of June to go. There's still a week. This is looking like the best June ever for the Rangers, almost no matter what now. They're 16-4. Slowly hit towards third. Alvarez has got it coming home. And they will just settle for that 1 out there. The fielder's choice. And the inning left to Matt Trainer.
Yeah, Justin helped him out right there. He had a 1-1 count. He threw him a sinker down and a little bit out of the strike zone. And he got him to swing at it and hit the ball on the ground. That's ball 2. But an effective pitch if you swing at it. Not much you can do with it.
Alvarez to Domit for the out. It's been a 26-pitch first inning for Mahalam. First one in there to Trainer. A guy who was not even with the Rangers organization on St. Patrick's Day. And brought in a day after and looked ticketed for AAA. Saltalamacchia down, Teagarden down. Trainer up and not going anywhere.
If I had to pick a pitcher that Mahalam really looks like, the closest one I can come up with, Charlie Leibrandt. He has similar kind of stuff. Leibrandt had the great changeup, but he was a guy mid-80s fastball and similar arm action to Charlie too.
Trainer towards right. It is barely foul. That would have chased home at least 2, probably 3.
Probably 3. And that's the kind of hit the Rangers have had quite often in the month of June. That big 2-out hit.
Yep.
Picking up the other guys on the team. Justin hit with the bases loaded, grounded out. Now Matt comes up, picks him up with a base hit. Almost did it.
The 0-2 pitch will be fouled away again. That was the Rangers having a rally from down 2-0 yesterday early. They did that to get to 24-11 at home. Only the '96 playoff team was any better through 35 home games. And Mahalam will need at least a 32nd pitch of this first inning.
Yeah, tough night to throw that many pitches in one inning. It's hot out, not much breeze. He's not used to pitching in this ballpark. He's been a much better pitcher at home than on the road. A lot of guys are, depending on your home ballpark. And the Rangers really working him over in the first inning.
Pirates had to put Zach Duke, the native Texan, on the DL today. They've got a pretty good bullpen, but they're looking for a decent 6 or 7 inning night from Mahalam. It'll be tough to get there if he's throwing 32 pitches an inning. Almost hitting Trainer at that one.
I was reading about Zach in the paper this morning. Being a Texas kid, he's got a ton of people here to watch the Pirates play. I bet he's disappointed that he's not getting a chance to pitch against the Rangers in front of all his friends and family.
Lives in the Fort Worth area.
You know, as a National League team, you don't get a chance to come here very often, and I'm sure he was looking forward to this opportunity. It's too bad.
Trainer pokes it to right field. Then it hangs in the air, and the Rangers leave him loaded. They do get the 2-run homer from Michael Young. And the Rangers lead the Pirates tonight 2-0. Go to Jim Knox.
Thanks, Josh. Community Corner tonight. We have Kim Christian along with a couple of great friends of hers, and this is a wonderful organization, A Wish with Wings, that grants wishes to kids with terminally illnesses, right?
With life-threatening illnesses, yes. They have to be between the ages of 3 and 18. They have to be diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. They have to reside in the state of Texas or being treated in the state of Texas, and they cannot have received a wish from another wish-granting organization to be able to receive a wish.
Excellent. And those who want to help out, get involved, what do they need to do?
Oh, if they would visit our website at www.awishwithwings.org. You can volunteer. They can help us sponsor a child's wish. It truly is a gift of a lifetime, and to see a child who may not be here tomorrow get their one wish granted.
This is little Jalen right here. Having a good time, Jalen? Yeah? Go Rangers?
Go Rangers!
There we go. All right. Way to go, Jalen. Thank you. Thank you very much again. Thank you.
Thanks, Jalen. Welcome. Thank you, Jim.
You done?
And a nice night for a ball game, albeit on the warm side, no doubt. These Pittsburghers are commenting on it quite a bit. Don't blame them. That ball going to drop. Nelly Cruz unable to come up with that scoop. Kind of an in-between for Nelly Cruz right there, and that is a base hit for Ryan Church.
Yeah, good try. You go after it. If you don't get it, you do what Nelly did. Make sure you keep it in front of you so it doesn't skip by for an extra base hit. That gets by him to the wall. It's a 3-base hit. Probably goes a 3-base hit, maybe a hit and an error. In any event, Church probably could be at third base. And Nelly uses his glove, his hand, his body just to make sure he keeps it in front of him.
Now young Pedro Alvarez, former Vanderbilt star. Youth movement is here for the Pirates, no doubt about it. Well, you look at their #1 picks 10 or 15 years ago, Tom, and the long run of just complete misses way high up. Charles Peterson, Mark Ferris, Chad Hermanson, J.J. Davis, Clint Johnston, Bobby Bradley. And that's just in the 90s.
Well, Mark Ferris signed a bonus contract and then ended up playing quarterback in college. Big football prospect from Texas.
They took a Texan this year, #2 overall, the Houston High School pitching star, Jamison Talion. And keeping in mind the Pirates haven't had anything even looking like an ace of the staff since probably Doug Drabeck 15, 20 years ago. I think pitching seemed like a smart play for them. Rip and a miss, and Alvarez is blown away by the Dustin Nippert heat. One down in the inning, and Ryan Domit coming up.
Well, the one thing I like about the Pittsburgh pick is they judged him to be the best talent and didn't shy away from a high school player who's probably a longer ways from the big leagues than, say, a college pitcher. And there's plenty of good college pitchers who might have been able to get to the big leagues quicker. So it shows a commitment to scouting and player development and patience to bring in the best players, even if they're not as big league ready as some of the others might be. On the other hand, for a high school kid, I'm sure they view this kid as being fairly close to the big leagues, not like a typical high school kid who may take at least 5 years. I think they view him as a kid who could get there quicker than that.
Which is true, although, I mean, but patience has got to be such a tough sell in a city where their baseball team hasn't even been at 500 in 17 years.
Well, it may be a hard sell, but it's all they can do.
Now,
you know, if you want to do it right, you have to develop, and it just doesn't happen overnight. If you try to mix and match with some veteran players, spend a little money, maybe sign a guy, lose a draft pick, you're just defeating the purpose. So I think they're doing the right thing. And I guess the fans have come this far without a winning team. A few more years won't matter if they're doing it right and come up with some really good young players and a successful team.
One and one to Domit, the infield, the double play depth. Breaking ball. And the count 2-1. The city of Pittsburgh, Tag, has had 7 #1 overall picks in various sports. The Steelers took Terry Bradshaw in 1970. The Penguins took future stars Mario Lemieux, Marc-Andre Fleury, Sidney Crosby. The Pirates, Jeff King, Chris Benson, Brian Bullington. And that is, I guess, frustrating for the baseball fans when they had that #1 overall pick. It didn't quite. I mean, Jeff King wasn't a bad pick, as it turned out.
No, Jeff King had a nice career. And, you know, and sometimes you just have bad luck when you get that #1 pick. I think, you know, there's been a couple of cases where they might not have picked the best guy, but there's not always an Alex Rodriguez, a Ken Griffey Jr., that kind of player available. But it's also undeniable that when you finish below 500 17 straight years, you haven't drafted very well.
Well, and yeah, I mean, you talk about the luck. I mean, back then, remember the AL and the NL alternated. Whoever had the worst record would get that first pick. Griffey, if it had been the even numbered year instead of the odd numbered year, would have been Pittsburgh on the clock instead of Seattle. Runner goes, good jump, and a foul from Domit.
Another thing they've done, they've committed a lot of money to signing their draft choices. I'm sure over the years that wasn't always the case. Sometimes signability played a major role in who they drafted. And when signability determines who you draft instead of talent, it's not going to work out very well. But they gave Alvarez a lot of money when they signed him. They're going to have to give this kid a lot of money this year.
Wave and a miss, and the throw down is going to be, whoa, not in time. Andrews trying to reach back to tag Church, couldn't do it. It goes as a steal for him. But Domit, the 4th Dustin Nippert strikeout victim already. That was a real good jump for Church.
Good riding fastball. Looked like it. One of those Now he never made the tag. He's safe. It's like one of those fastballs that doesn't sink very much. It stays straighter, and therefore to the hitter almost looks like it's going up. It really isn't, but it almost looks that way. It's hard to get on top of that kind of a high fastball.
Here is Delwyn Young. He's going to hit one high and pretty well left center field. Murphy galloping back. That ball carries and it drops in the alley. Delwyn Young's very first swing of the series makes it 2-1. That guy's only got 3 home runs, Tom. They've been off the Giants closer Brian Wilson, Roy Halladay, and Steven Strasburg. Those are 3 pretty good guys to get, and he put that one in the alley against Nippert.
That looked like a fairly harmless fly ball. It must have been hit exactly between the outfielders. That ball didn't even, it was high, didn't even get to the warning track. You see Bourbon is playing him around a pull. So he had a long way to go. David didn't get to it either. So something in the scouting report must have said that Delwyn Young can pull a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, because there was no one near that one.
We just referenced the NHL Penguins a moment ago. And no matter what Bobby Crosby does, he will only be the 2nd most popular Crosby in Pittsburgh. Sidney Crosby's their skating star. Actually, Kurt Dykert, our Pittsburgh native producer, reminds us that Bing Crosby has some Pittsburgh ties as well. So this might be the bronze medal winning Crosby when it turns out. Minority owner of the Pirates at one point, Kurt tells us. I did not know that. Bobby Crosby with a bouncing ball is going to get into right. It's charged by Nelson Cruz and is on it quickly enough. Nippert, had a shot maybe at second base, but couldn't get rid of it. Crosby racing into second as that throw came through.
Yeah, Dustin's in the wrong place. He should be. He's not the cutoff man. He's got to be backing up home plate. It worked out okay, but that's not where the pitcher's supposed to be on a throw to the plate. Crosby stays hot. He had a few hits last night, too.
Yeah, he's 7 for his last 8 over the last few games. Mike Maddox out to talk to Nippert. The only inning in which the Marlins scored against Nippert in that start a few days ago was the 2nd inning. They've got a run on the board here, and now runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Dustin on that play, ground ball to the right side, started toward first base in case he had to cover first base, and that's the right thing to do. And then after it goes into right field, he needs to peel off and do what he can to get behind home plate. Might just not have been able to get there from where he was when he started.
Hey, coming up Tuesday, July 6th, Rangers and Indians. You can get 1 free kids 13 and under ticket with every full price adult ticket in select seating areas. TexasRangers.com/eSavers for more info. Well, the Pirates with a chance to take the lead now. Jose Tabata, top of the order. Slowly hitting your 3rd and foul. Again, the Pirates haven't won a road game since really about the middle of May. 12 straight losses on the road. 25 and 45 overall, but a lot of their players recently up from AAA, playing very hard, playing hungry. This will not be the worst ever Pirate team. That distinction will safely belong forever to the 1890 team that finished 23 and 113. 66 and a half games out.
Just couldn't catch a break that year.
No. Got him on the inside corner. Nippert is out of trouble. That's twice that he has frozen Tabata on that inside corner. It stays 2-1. Save you 15% on car insurance by AT&T. See what's new from AT&T. Go to att.com and buy The Karate Kid in theaters now. A ball, no strikes to Julio Bourbon, whose batting average has ascended all the way to .294. This guy was in the low 100s well into May. And an amazing June has got him so close to 300 now. .422 batting average in June. Only his teammate Josh Hamilton any better. Paul Maholm is the man on the mound, 4-5. And hit allowed just one homer in 48 innings coming in the last inning, but Michael Young got him for a 2-run shot. The Rangers had a chance to just break it open early. They had the bases loaded, 2 runs in, only 1 out, but could not add to that lead. Bourbon more and more patient this month too. He wasn't walking at all in April and May. Now that is 6 walks in his last week and a half, basically.
And I think that comes from the confidence that he's developed because of his success in June. When you're not swinging the bat well and you're not getting hits, you don't have the confidence at the plate and you're over anxious. You want to hit so badly that you expand your strike zone and help the pitcher out. When you're swinging the bat like he's swinging it now you're confident, now you're relaxed. You take those borderline pitches because you know when you get your pitch to hit, you're going to be able to hit it. You don't have to feel quite as desperate at the plate.
Speed at the plate and the speed on base here. Rangers trying to build on a 2-1 lead. Very active day in baseball and really in sports in general. The U.S. World Cup team moving on. A Wimbledon tennis match that just blows your mind. It isn't even over yet. And some off-field baseball news, too, that we'll get you to in just a bit. I know you're not a huge tennis guy, Tom, but what happened at Wimbledon today, and I guess what will still be happening tomorrow, is just, that'll be like a 47-inning baseball game.
Yeah, just unless you're watching that. I obviously didn't watch all 9 hours of that 5th set, but I watched a lot of it.
At the 5th set, it's 59-59 right now, those two guys.
Sounds like a joke.
It does. I mean, considering, and you know, I'm not a huge tennis guy either, but I think the biggest extra innings kind of thing in a 5th set in Wimbledon had been something like 20-18. Those guys are 59-59. So, I mean, literally, that would be like saying, you know, if you wanted to exaggerate, oh, what a long baseball game. It must have gone 20 innings. Well, here's one that would have gone like 40 innings. And it's not over. Baseball-wise, though, I guess the big news today off the field is Florida fired everybody. Their manager is gone. All 6 coaches are gone.
Did they fire the guy that planned the Vuvuzela game?
No, that guy got a raise.
Oh, he got a raise.
Well, the team president thought it was a capital idea to do that.
Must have been his idea then.
Hot shot skipping right past the pitcher, bobbled at second base. Everybody's safe. Neil Walker couldn't handle it. And the Rangers catch a break. What could have been a double play is instead 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, it went from looking like a base hit up the middle past Mahalam, and then to an, oh no, there's the second baseman. They might turn it into, okay, first and second. Get a little quick hop on Walker, who is not a lifelong second baseman.
No.
But doing a good job there, nevertheless. Just had a tough play to make and couldn't make it. That'll go as an error.
Michael Young, who's already banked a home run, batting now with 2 on, nobody out. So yeah, Florida brought up a bunch of minor league personnel. Their AAA manager will now be their major league manager for now. They're in discussions with Bobby Valentine, it is being widely reported. And another former Ranger manager, Buck Showalter, sat down with Orioles owner Peter Angelos today.
Well, Bobby be a perfect guy for Florida. As tirelessly as he works to promote baseball, just what they need, man.
Boy, Michael Young to right field. Bourbon speeds around third. He'll be held. They're loaded up with nobody out. And Ian Kinsler coming up. So it's 2 straight innings now. The Rangers have had the bases loaded and less than 2 out. Let's see if they now indeed can pull away from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Well, Michael had the pitch that he could pull, which he did for a home run. And now he's got the high fastball outside corner, which you can't pull. You shouldn't try to pull. But if you go to right with it like that, like Michael can, you get a line shot base hit. Hit the ball where it's pitched.
Kinsler, who's got only 1 home run in his last 56 games going back to last year. Pretty incredible. Remember, this was a 31 home run hitter a year ago to go with 31 steals.
Well, Holland's at 45 pitches right now. He hasn't got anybody out yet in the 2nd inning.
A costly bobble at second base by Neil Walker. And yeah, now this lefty's got to face Kinsler and Guerrero. There's action already in the bullpen. Big Dana Eveland. Kinsler wraps it in a left to base hit. Bourbon will score. Elvis is held. It is 3-1 Texas. And you got to give Ian Kinsler some credit. I mean, I know there were a lot of fans that last year were getting on Ian for uppercut swings, going for the home run all the time. It's just a nice, sweet line drive swing right there.
Yeah, Ian's doing everything he should be doing to complement the lineup as the 3rd place hitter. He's got good speed, and what he needs to do is use his power, when it's there, but get on base. And he's doing that. He's walked 26 times in 47 games. His on-base percentage is over 38% now. And he's scoring a lot of runs for the Rangers because he's hitting in front of these guys.
Here comes another Ranger run. Michael Young is held at third. Kinsler almost got to third base. He's got to go back. It is 4-1. Vladdy not wasting any time. His 58th RBI of the year, second most in the majors.
Well, these balls, Kinsler and Guerrero, have been hit hard and right at the outfielders, and so only one run can score on each one of them. Pitch away, go away.
And Elvis Andrews quickly scampered across to score the fourth Ranger run of the evening.
The Rangers have picked up 2 runs, and they're still in the same position they were when they started. Bases loaded, nobody out.
But Vladdy knocks in Elvis. Another conversation on the mound. The Pirates may have picked an unfortunate place to try to break that 12-game road losing streak. David Murphy singled last inning. If you include the fielder's choice that Justin Smoke hit into in the first inning, I mean, technically he reached, although he made an out. 11 of the first 13 Ranger hitters tonight have gotten on base. Ball and a strike to Murphy. What the Rangers have done so far tonight, Tom, they have already raised their home batting average for the year a point to .298, which is the best in the major leagues for a home batting average. The Rangers very consistently scoring runs for Clint Hurdle right now. Highly regarded hitting coach. The Rangers have at least 5 runs scored in 6 straight games. And they're already at 4 tonight in the second inning. Murphy lets it go by. Boy, 52 pitches to get 3 outs so far for Mahalam. Little flare softly into right field. And this is like a Nintendo game from a few years ago or something, where it's just station to station. You score 1 run at a time. Everybody moves up again, and it's 5-1.
Well, the Rangers are an excellent base running team. But the way these balls have been hit, you really can't be aggressive on the bases. That was a blooper. The runners had to hold for just a second to see if it was going to fall in. When it did, they could only advance 1 base. The other side of it is you got the bases loaded, nobody out. You don't want anybody thrown out on the bases. You want to let the inning take its toll the way it's going right now.
Boy, a walk, an error, and then 4 consecutive singles. And now Nelson Cruz, who will take outside. So now it's at least 5 runs scored in 7 straight ball games. Laced in a left, another base hit. And again, it's just a station-to-station cha-cha right here. Everybody moves up 90 feet about every minute.
That's got to be it.
It's 6-1. That is it. 5 straight singles after the error by the second baseman.
Now, if that ball is turned into a double play, none of this probably happens.
Well, it's not quite a rout yet, but it's heading towards that right now as the Rangers get 2 in the first and 4 in the second. And it's burn, baby, burn here in Arlington. Pitching change. We'll take a quick timeout and come on back for another bases loaded opportunity. say for my broadcast partner in crime, Mr. Thomas Allen Grieve, a long-deserved honor, is indeed going into the Rangers Hall of Fame. And Tag, once again, congratulations. You truly have done it all in this organization.
Thank you, Josh. It's a tremendous honor, and I'm very appreciative, thankful to the selection committee, Jim Sundberg, Nolan Ryan, John Blake, among others. It's a very meaningful thing to me, and I'm very proud of it. Thank you.
We are a month and a day away from your official induction, July the 24th on a Saturday night against the Angels. Everybody's invited to come out and give a little bit of love to Tag.
Thank you.
Well earned. And now, to celebrate Tom Grieve's announcement tonight, the Rangers just pouring it on. It's 6-1. Dana Eveland comes out, the former Blue Jay and A. And he inherits a mess.
I can't think of many times where you'll see 4 straight singles with the bases loaded move the base runners 1 base at a time.
Here is a second fielder's choice to home plate that Smoke has hit in 2 innings. You might never see that again. 5-2 and 1-2 in back-to-back innings. And once again, Matt Trainer will bat with the bases loaded. He did that last inning and flied to right.
Eveland, a couple of years ago, came over to the A's and looked like he was going to be a mainstay in their rotation. Got off to a pretty good start to that season. He's bounced around a little bit since then, trying to find a home here with the Pirates.
Now, he's only been in their organization for a couple weeks, traded over from the Blue Jays. Well, that ended right there, a run of 5 consecutive singles by the Rangers. There was a single and 3 walks and a homer last inning. Trainer belts it foul, 1-1. Got a still gathering crowd here on a Wednesday night. This is, I mean, we talked about it last night. A Tuesday crowd that was north of 23,000. This is going to be a little closer to maybe 28 or 29,000 tonight.
Yeah, I have to think when they made projections at the beginning of the year that this is probably 10,000 more than they would have projected for a midweek game like this.
42 and 28 will sell you some tickets, apparently.
Yes, it will.
That's down and in to Trainer. It is the second best record in all of baseball. Only the Yankees are about a game better right now than your Texas Rangers. High fly ball, right center field. Murphy is set to tag from third. Cruz will tag from second. Another Ranger run trots on in. It is now 7-1.
Good start to the game for David Murphy. 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And a start tonight as Josh gets the night off. All he's done is 2 for 2, scored a run, knocked in a run.
Good night for Josh to take off, as it turns out. Without him, the Rangers have 7 runs in an inning and 2/3.
Yeah.
Now Bourbon, who had a 3-run homer yesterday. That was the first Rangers 3-run homer in about 5 weeks. No 3 runs, no grand slams. It's all been singles and 2-run homers. Mahalam is on the hook for these 7 runs. He had lasted 6 or more innings in 12 of his 14 starts. He could not get out of the second inning tonight. Well, a lot of room in right center for Bourbon. They pitch him away, and if he can somehow just kind of turn on one a little bit, there's a lot of green grass out there in right center.
Well, he's definitely been turning on balls this month, so that's not out of the question by any means.
Whoop, thought he had a walk. Not yet. Andrus on deck. Andrus might have a shot to bat for a third time in 2 innings. Bourbon hits it slowly towards second base. Walker's got it this time and throws. Barely got him. And the Rangers end up with a 5-run second inning. They lead the Pirates 7-1. This Ranger fan, the Rangers have a 7-1 lead at the end of 2, trying to make it 10 straight wins. Ron Washington is in charge of all this, and his team is 42-28 right now. Wash, obviously, it's easy to get a manager to talk probably when the team is 1-9 straight, but even in the hard times this year, and there have been a few of those, you've always been very forthright, and we appreciate that. This has got to be so much more fun right now. Every facet of the game is just going so well.
Well, you know, it's things that we talked about and things we worked on in spring training, and sometimes it takes things a little while to click in, but the guys got it, and they're out there, and they're believing in one another, and you know, as you can see, that one inning we just had, we didn't try to do too much, and everybody contributed.
Wash, you're a manager that loves his team to play fundamentally good defense. You had to love that relay play in the game last night.
Well, it was as perfect as you can write it up, Tom. And, you know, Hamilton, as I said, he's been playing on both sides of the ball. And we all know what Elvis is capable of doing. And when you see that replay of that relay right there, it was as perfect as it could possibly get.
On the subject of Josh Hamilton, to give him a night off tonight, and you can't run that guy out there in this heat for 162. I think everybody understands that. As it turns out, tonight looks like a pretty good night to let him take a break.
Well, it worked out. You know, he's been playing since June the 1st, and, you know, we've been trying to get things done with everybody. And Josh needs his time also, and we decided today that today was the day that he'll get him a day off. And, you know, Murphy needs to play a little bit, and this gives Murphy a chance to get up in there. And as you see, he's contributed already.
I know you're a big fan of David Murphy, Wash, but a lot of the starts he's getting are against left-handed pitchers, and he's getting the job done for you.
Well, you know, seeming that majority of our best hitters are on the left side, and Murphy is one of them. And you know, there was a thing a couple years ago where they said he couldn't hit left-handers. So now he's getting a chance to face left-handers. We know he will face right-handers at times also, but it doesn't bother Murphy. He just goes up there and be Murphy and try to do the best he can to help the team.
On that subject, Wash, do you have a soft spot for guys like that? Because in your playing career in the big leagues, you had 1 year where you got more than 317 at bats, and you know, I'm sure it's got to be frustrating to think, all right, I want to get in there, but I know there's other talented guys on the team.
Well, because of that, the way my career was, it's easy for me to understand what an extra guy is going through. So every opportunity I get, I try to get them in there because we need 25 guys, and they're part of the team, and I want them to feel a part of the team. And if that means someone need a day off to get those guys in there, I will do it, because as the 162-game season progresses on throughout the season, we will need everybody. So I want to try to keep everyone sharp. So I do have a soft heart for the guy that sits over here.
3-2 the count to Andrew McCutcheon. Dustin Nippert on the mound, and Dustin has stepped in there for you a couple times for Rich Harden now.
Yes, he has, and we know we're going to get out of Nip. He's going to leave his heart out there, and you know, tonight he's doing a good job of pounding the strike zone, and making those guys keep the ball in play. You know, and he has some pitches that he can deal with. He got a nice changeup, a good curveball. We all know the type of fastball he has, and you know, he can throw some pitches for hitters to swing and miss.
6 strikeouts already. Wash, we'll let you kick back and enjoy the rest of this. Hopefully it stays this enjoyable. Thank you so much for your time, Skip.
Well, thank you, Josh and Tom. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Ron Washington. His team's got the 2nd best record in the major leagues right now. And a healthy 7-1 lead on the Pirates already tonight. Yeah, Wash had one season, his first full season in the big leagues, where he actually got 450 at-bats in Minnesota. And then he lost playing time every year after that with the Twins, down to 197, 135, 74. Ended up with the Orioles in 87, with the Indians in 88. And finished up with the Astros in 89 before spending 1 year of AAA with the Rangers, of all teams, to end it for good in 1990. He was an Oklahoma City 89er in 90.
Pitching Jones tough, curveball and 2 changeups. Run the count to 3-1. See if he can come back and get him. There's a good fastball for a strike.
Jones, the guy with the 12-game hit streak for the Pirates. Oh, he's going to walk him. 2 walks against 6 strikeouts for Dustin. Ryan Church will come up next, and it's time for our Geico quote, the night of Tom Greaves' Hall of Fame induction announcement. A little sampling of Tom's finest work, we're told.
That's from last night. A little nugget right there. Thank you, Kurt Diker, for that one.
Truer words were never spoken.
See, what he didn't put was the rest of that. I like Kleenex boxes, especially when one of our viewers puts a lot of time and effort into making it and takes the time to mail it and send it to us. Very nice.
That's what you meant in context.
Right.
Although you're not anti-Kleenex box.
Oh, no. Every house has a Kleenex box. We just happen to have a beautiful one with a Ranger logo on it.
Mike Maddox out to the mound, and I'm told that Kurt Dykert has some audio proof of indeed what you said last night.
I like Kleenex boxes.
See?
Well, some people are easy to please.
I think it's a lovely sentiment. I really do.
Some people need a new car. Some people need a new house. Give me a good Kleenex box and I'm happy.
Note to self, Tom's birthday, Kleenex box.
I got a sneaky feeling what's going to be happening over the next couple of months, too.
Will it involve Kleenex boxes?
Yeah, it's when you say you need a new coat or need a new car or something like that. Don't set your sights too low.
Well,
can't go begging for everything.
Well, if you're expecting that, I'm on record. I like Maseratis.
Yeah. Well, they make Matchbox Maseratis, so.
2-0 the count to Ryan Church. Nippert with this nice sized lead here, but.
Yeah, I think he just got careless. He got the first 2 outs, struck out McCutcheon on a changeup, and then threw Garrett Jones 3 straight off-speed pitches, a curveball and a couple of changeups. Couldn't find the strike zone and walked him, and now he's walked Church. What that's doing is bumping up his pitch count. He's at 61 pitches now, and what should have been a nice quick inning for him.
I wish we still had email the booth so I could turn you right now and say, here's one from so-and-so. They want to know how you feel about Kleenex boxes, Tom.
Well, if they're watching, they already know. I like them.
staunchly on record you are.
Yep.
2 on 2 out for Pedro Alvarez. He struck out on a high fastball, kind of like that one last time. He had 13 homers at AAA, had driven in 53, and they finally decided to bring him up with a lot of fanfare. Well, again, the heat brought in there from Dustin Nippert.
Now, Dustin struck out 6 here with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Struck out the side in the 2nd inning. Nothing wrong with the stuff tonight, that's for sure. Just a little careless with the command here with 2 outs in the 3rd inning.
Trainer's going to wing it on down to second base, not in time. But Nippert is ahead here, 1-2. Well, the only unfortunate thing right now, obviously, that pitch count again for Dustin, as you mentioned, Tom, starting to crawl up there. And you're hoping for a 6-inning kind of night from Dustin, but if he's not careful, it's more of a 4-inning kind of night. Need 5 to qualify for the win. That ball stroked foul.
Dustin went 3 innings and 74 pitches in his last start. And he's in the 3rd inning. He has 66 pitches now. He's probably got 80, 85 pitches, maybe a little bit more than that. And so he's going to have to get very efficient to sneak through 5 innings. No problem with the stuff, though. He's throwing the ball great.
Well, this will either be 3 straight 2-out walks or maybe a 7th strikeout of the night in 3 innings coming up right here. Runners go. That ball lifted into left field. It's going to drop. And the Pirates chip back here to make it 7-2. It was a real quick first 2 outs. Then it goes walk, walk, single, and it brings up Ryan Doman.
Not a bad pitch. Good fastball inside part of the plate. Alvarez just fought it off and looped a soft single into left field.
Doman, the switch hitting catcher, is going to nail one foul back this way. Been talking about the Rangers' 9-game win streak. It's also 12 of their last 13. That's what the White Sox have going right now, too. 12 out of 13. Took something off. It's 0-2.
And you're more likely to get a guy to swing at a changeup after he's seen a good fastball. And after fouling off the first fastball, Doman offered it a changeup out of the strike zone.
Inside now, and this is starting to look almost exactly like the first 3 innings, the only 3 innings for Nippert in Miami.
Yeah, it was 3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 74 pitches in that game.
This will be pitch number 72 right here.
Yeah, 7 hits and 2 runs today.
Doman trying to check his swing and apparently did. So from 0-2 to 2-2, and no, the finishing touch was there. From strike 2 to strike 3 very quickly. Through a couple innings for Dustin, but not so much here in the 3rd. The 2-2-2 out pitch is lifted foul. So here we are at the 74 pitch mark again through 3. And yeah, the frustrating thing with that is when you're up 7-1, the idea is just to, you don't want to just let him hit it, obviously. You don't just lay it in there, but.
Well, I think you'd be aggressive with your fastball. He's got a good fastball, and just be aggressive with it. That doesn't mean throwing it right down the middle of the plate. That just means featuring your fastball and going after him.
Boy. And already Alexei Ogando has got to get loose. He leads the team in both ERA and batting average. He's at the top of both lists. Runners go. And yet another one fouled. By the way, the Angels will be playing later tonight, hosting the Dodgers again. The Angels rallied yesterday and beat the Dodgers 6-3. Joel Pinheiro will pitch tonight for the Halos. Right now, the Ranger lead is 3.5. All right, here we go again. The 3-2 pitch is up too high. Maddox has already made that visit to the mound. And if Dustin doesn't get Delwyn Young right here, there might have to be a change made.
Well, they're going to be talking to the infielders to go stall for time and give Ogando a chance to warm up. Dustin's walked 3 out of the last 4 hitters.
4 for the game. By the way, a couple finals from earlier today. The Reds shut out the A's 3-0 behind Johnny Cueto. And Steven Strasburg lost. Despite 9 strikeouts, the Royals beat him 1-0 in D.C. His 4th Major League start, 9 Ks. But he gives up the 1 run.
Yeah, big start for Brian Bannister. Shut down the Nets.
Speaking of Strasburg, here's the guy that homered against him for the Pirates, Delwyn Young.
A long inning for Dustin, and I think he's reaching the point where he's starting to get a little tired, and rightfully so. Yeah. It's only his 2nd start.
This will be his 36th pitch of the inning. We're only in the top of the 3rd at about 8:30 at night here. The velocity is down a little bit, and again, you don't blame him. 3 dozen pitches in one 92-degree evening.
The last time up, Delwyn Young hit the fly ball to left field for an RBI double, and Bourbon was playing him around in right center. This time up, he's back over in left center, where if the same ball, so he'll have a much better chance to catch it.
Off speed, got it in there. But this has been the tricky part. Once you get to 2 strikes, how do you get to that 3rd strike? The 1-2 pitch, fouled back.
I think one way or another, this is Dustin's last hitter.
Yep.
80 pitches jammed into 3 innings, 40 of them here in the 3rd inning.
And the Pirates have thrown a ton of pitches too. The 1-2 to Delwyn Young is cranked towards that Ranger dugout foul. Mets lead the Tigers 5-0. That game's in the 6th inning. Indians over the Phillies 5-4 in the 5th. A pair of home runs for Shin-Soo Choo. And the Florida Marlins with that brand new coaching staff, they're tied with the Orioles 4-4 tonight in the 5th inning. This one is 7-2 Rangers, but the Buccos have them loaded. Got a nipper finally out of the inning. 40 pitches to do it. But only 1 run came in. This weekend, the Astros come to town. Sunday, June the 27th is a 7:05 game. And before the game, Los Tigres del Norte perform on the North Lawn, presented by Ozarka and State Farm. Admission to the concert free with your Rangers game ticket. Call 972-RANGERS to make sure that you can be there. Andrews pushing a bunt, and this is looking good. Elvis Andrews is safe to start things off in the bottom of the third inning. On base 3 times in 3 innings with a walk, reaching on an error, now a bunt hit.
Well, that's a perfect bunt right there. Make the first baseman field it and beat the pitcher to the bag. That's a good formula. Got to get it by the pitcher so the pitcher can't field it. Make the first baseman field it away from the bag to where he can't get to the bag, and then just beat the pitcher. And with a left-hand pitcher, that's usually a little bit easier because they tend to fall off the mound. Evelyn doesn't fall off that far, but a runner like Elvis is going to be able to beat him to the mound on that kind of play most of the time anyway.
Already 8 hits for the Rangers. Michael Young's got 2 of them, a single and a home run. Your Coors Light cold hard blast. Second Ranger batter tonight. Michael Young just deposited one.
And a high hanging cutter.
Into the crowd on the right side this time. That lower seating bowl tonight is almost completely full. There is a definite vibe right now at this ballpark, as the Rangers have taken that 3.5 game lead on the Angels. Have won 9 straight games. Joe West, the first base umpire, is going to wander towards that Ranger dugout. I think he needs a towel. Or he just needs a conversation with Ron Washington. One of the two. What do we got? Who is he calling over?
To talk to a security guard. There must be a fan that's getting out of order down the first base line. I don't know if they're fan yelling at him or doing something that he shouldn't be doing, but he's talking to security and pointing.
We have a report that it's one of those laser doohickeys again, that a light is being pointed at the pitcher. And come on, people.
Why are people so stupid?
You're better than that, people. Don't do that.
Saw someone doing that in Houston, too.
Lasers are for planetariums. Thank you. Did I sound firm?
Yes.
No, good.
I want to thank Steve and Bunny Brainerd for the banana bread that was sent up today. Thank you very much. And also Pat Usler from Double Oak, Texas, for the 2 beautiful bottles of the special sauce from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Big Packers fan. Heard us talking about the special sauce up there in Milwaukee and sent a couple of bottles.
Michael Young hits another high drive, right center field. That ball caught in the alley by McCutchen. Andrews tagging alertly, going to second base.
Well, Michael gave it a ride. You see McCutchen, his athletic ability as he ran that ball down in right center field. He's a very talented young player. That's why he's playing center field. Pitch away. Michael gave it a pretty good ride. Good pitch to hit. There's one that didn't look like it got up in the jet stream and shot out of here like we see on some nights. That ball looked like it was hit pretty good, but McCutchen ran it down easily.
Kinsler hits one high and fairly deep into center. Chance for Elvis to tag again if he wants to, and he will. He's kind of jogging towards third, and up comes Vlad Guerrero. A bunt single and then 2 long fly balls. When Evelyn was with Oakland, Vlad got to face him quite a bit as an Angel. He was just 2 for 15 lifetime against Evelyn. You're going to put him on to go lefty-lefty? Wow. In a 7-2 game, they're not going to pitch to Vlad.
Well, I don't blame him. If I have my choice, I'm going to pitch to almost anybody rather than Vlad.
Evelyn will instead take on David Murphy, who is 2 for 2 off lefties tonight.
Good challenge for Murph right here, the man in scoring position. David Murphy were managing the Pittsburgh Pirates, he'd probably make the same decision.
Murph could probably be a real good manager someday. He's got a lot of baseball still to be played, though. First one down 2-0. A couple other scores that we didn't get to. The Cardinals and the Blue Jays, the Battle of the Birds, scoreless in the 7th inning tonight. Ricky Romero tuning up a real good one for the Blue Jays tonight. The Padres over the Tampa Bay Rays, 3-0. Look at where the Rangers are with runners in scoring position. Fly ball towards left field this time, and the Rangers end up not adding to the lead here. They strand Elvis Andrus at third, and they lead 7-2 at the end of 3. At the ballpark, and we're recognizing Frank Parra Autoplex for their support of the Irving Canes Baseball Club. For more information on Chevy's commitment to Youth League Baseball, go to ChevyTexasBaseball.com. Got a pitching change to tell you about, too, but before we get to that, we go to Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Josh. Here he is, John Blake of the Texas Rangers, to talk about a big day for our own Tom Grieve.
Well, I think everybody who's been with the organization for either a little while or a long while, like some of us, very happy today that we could make the announcement that Tom Grieve will be the 13th inductee into the Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame. I've had the pleasure of knowing Tom since November of 1984. He'd been general manager for about a month and a half when I came down here, and I've had the privilege of working with him for a lot of years ever since in several different roles, and there's nobody that was a better general manager, a better boss to work with, and of course now for the last 16 years, a great announcer in the booth. So everybody with us in the organization give Tom a hearty congratulations. We're looking forward to honoring him next month.
And that is next month. Give us the date and what the Ranger fans expecting when they come out.
Well, we start off with a luncheon on Friday, July 23rd, over at the Sheraton Arlington. Tickets are available by going to TexasRangers.com. We'll have a lot of the great Ranger Hall of Famers there. Of course, Nolan Ryan, Jim Sundberg, Rusty Greer, Charlie Huff, and Toby Harrah, all coming in for that event. And then the on-field ceremony will take place the following night on Saturday, July 24th. We're going to move the game back to 7:30, start the ceremony about 7, and looking forward to a great night honoring a very worthwhile individual.
Yes, indeed. All right, John, appreciate it. Thanks for the time, and congratulations, Tom Grieve. Way to go. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Very nice. You had a full 25 minutes of delayed first pitch. That's how important you are.
Oh, that was nice. Thank you, Jim, for saying that. Thank you, John Blake. You know, baseball's a funny thing. When I was the general manager back then, for part of that tenure, I was John Blake's boss. And it's why you always want to be a good boss and be nice to your employees, because someday they might become your boss, which is exactly what happened. John became my boss.
Tabata flies to right. And we should mention this is now Alexi Ogando in the ballgame. The first time Ranger fans are getting a chance to see the guy that is 2-0 through 2 games in the big leagues, and he's got a 1,000 batting average too, so he's Mr. Perfect.
Well, you know, the interesting part about that, he's pitched twice, he's won twice. If he pitches a couple innings of nice baseball tonight, he's going to be 3-0 if the Rangers hang on and win, because the starter has to go 5. Nippert can't get the win. Ogando's in a prime position to pitch in his 3rd game and get his 3rd win. I don't know how many times that would have happened for a relief pitcher. Might have happened a lot for a starter, but not a reliever.
Yep, he is in that position here, a 5-run lead. And Nippert only able to get through 3 innings again because of that 40-pitch 3rd inning. He ended up throwing 82 pitches. The Pirates couple guys, the 2 lefties, Mahalam and Eveland, they threw 80 pitches through 3 innings. We got 162 pitches in this game through 3 innings.
Well, Dustin threw a lot of pitches. He had good stuff, though. He struck out 7 batters in 3 innings. Just took him too many pitches to do it, but you definitely can't fault the stuff. Ogando's coming in throwing 97 miles an hour. Nothing wrong with his stuff, that's for sure. This guy is definitely a potential closer down the road.
Big, strong, former outfield prospect. It's a grounder to first. Boy, that's nice after a 40-pitch 3rd inning. That is an 8-pitch 4th inning. We zoom right on at the bottom of the 4th here, 7-2. Rangers by 5 in the bottom of the 4th. And the Rangers have won 9 straight in intra-league play. 9 straight overall right now, too. Get you to our trivia question in just a moment. Nelson Cruz at the plate in that AT&T trivia question. The 3 teams in Major League history to win 16 intra-league games in a season. That's a lot. The Rangers played in the very first interleague game. That against the San Francisco Giants right here. The next intra-league opponent will be the Houston Astros. You just looked for that foul ball's prospective Ranger owner Chuck Greenberg here tonight, watching his native Pittsburgh Pirates. That ball swatted foul by Nelly Cruz. Obviously a lot of talk about all that, but what's so nice right now is the on-field product is making everybody so happy. Even the prospective ownership group just be able to sit there and watch and enjoy. It's a 9-game win streak heading towards 10 as of right now. Cruz down on strikes. Anyway, the Astros coming in next. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, fireworks after the game Friday. Rangers just swept the Astros into Houston. They just lost Tommy Manzella, their shortstop, a broken finger. Smoke trying to dunk one into right field. It will drop for a base hit. It hit into a couple of fielders' choices before that. That one just feathers down in front of the right fielder, Church. Nine hits for the Rangers now, 4 for the Pirates. We mentioned earlier the Pirates hadn't been here since 2004. And still looking for their first winning season since the very early 90s. They made some news off the field today, too, Tag. We told the story yesterday about them having to fire one of their part-time pierogies in that pierogi race.
Oh, yeah. Bad mouth in the organization.
On his Facebook site. Well, I guess HR weighed in and said you can't fire the guy without talking to him first. You can't just summarily fire him. So they had to bring him back. And they swear it's not because of bad publicity, but the guy who was in the Chester cheese costume is now, at least for now, welcome back to the organization. Potato Pete and Sauerkraut Saul were fine all the way. So,
well, personally, with all due respect, when the pierogi pops off about the organization, he needs to take that pierogi act somewhere else. I want loyal pierogis in my organization.
Well, you're a Potato Pete guy then, it sounds like. That's what they do. Instead of dot races, they got the pierogi races in Pittsburgh.
That's why you bring your glove to the ballpark, so you can have a big smile like that on your face and get a little peck on the cheek.
And since he caught it on the fly, he's eligible for that honorary contract that Nolan Ryan signs if you catch a foul ball on the fly. Slowly hit back to the mound. Evelyn's got it. Going to second for one. Turned on to first, not in time. Trainer reaching on the fielder's choice. It'll bring up Bourbon. Their pierogi race, when they first started that, Tom, poor Sauerkraut Saul went a rather incredible 0-46 in his first 46 races. And some were whispering that it might have been rigged, that the fix was on in the 7th inning pierogi race. Once poor Saul almost had the finish line. He was tackled by some hooligans from out of the Pirates bullpen right at the finish line. And the win-less streak grew and grew and grew.
Boy.
To Prairie View A&M proportions. And then that magical night in Pittsburgh, the previously winless Pierogi had his moment in time. Running like Franco Harris after the immaculate reception. Inspiration for young Pierogis everywhere. Another slowly hit ball. And Dana Evelyn's got to hurry. Wins it, not in time. Bourbon is on. And it brings up Elvis Andrus again. It'll be 4 trips to the plate in 4 innings now for Elvis. And another Rangers single. They've got 9 singles and the Michael Young home run.
Well, when Bourbon hits a ball like this, it's going to be very tough for the pitcher to throw him out. Evelyn came after the ball. Going to bobble it just long enough to where he can't get him at first base. I don't think Jones even thought he was going to throw it. He didn't have his foot on the bat.
No.
Thought it was just going to be picked up and let him get a single.
Two runs scored already for Andrus tonight. Rangers leading 7-2 over a team that's lost 12 straight on the road. Andrus punching it in right. Matt Trainer rumbles around. He's heading in. It is now 8-2 Rangers. They are
almost going the other way with it.
Yeah, they're just singling the poor Pirates to death here.
Two hits and a walk. Now an RBI, scored a couple of runs for Elvis.
Michael Young just missed to right center in the 3rd inning. He's already got a homer and a single tonight. High fly ball down the left field line. That ball taking off right into the corner, and it is foul. Pretty close to a 2-homer game right there for Mike. July the 10th is the big night for Michael, the pregame ceremony to honor the fact that he is the all-time franchise hit leader now.
But R.A. Dickey.
How about
6-0. The Mets shut out the Tigers 5-0. I don't know if he got a shutout or not, but however long he was in there, they didn't score off him. 6-0 for R.A. Dickey.
What a great story. Left for dead so many times by so many people.
Yeah, it took him a while to develop the knuckleball. You know, he's been working on it and working on it. Maybe he's found it. Maybe it'll be another Charlie Huff.
Young checks his swing and takes down too low.
R.A.'s worked with Charlie Huff on the knuckleball.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Charlie'd be very proud of him.
Well, you got to give R.A. Dickey all kinds of credit. I mean, basically getting to the point where he figured, all right, you know what, as much as I'd like to be the guy I've always been, I got to try something else.
He actually, in the offseason, flew out to California to work with Charlie.
Young to right field this time and foul. Of course, the Pirates resurrected a knuckleballer, Tim Wakefield, who is still going strong with the Red Sox now.
That's the thing about a knuckleball pitcher. If you've got a good knuckleball and you're successful and you stay in shape, you can pitch for a long time. Charlie pitched into his 40s. Wakefield's doing the same thing. Phil Niekro, Joe Niekro.
Yeah.
If you're good, you can play a long time if you stay in shape.
Young hammers this one to left field. It's down. Another hit from Michael Young. 1 run is in. Do we hear 2? You bet. RBI night for Michael Young. And Joe Kerrigan comes out to talk to the pitcher again. He's been out there every inning.
So Michael's on pace as the second place hitter in the lineup to knock in 100 runs this year. And one thing that's going to keep weighing in his favor if the lineup stays like this is that actually, once the game gets underway, he's got a couple of leadoff hitters hitting in front of him. He's got Julio hitting ninth, and he's got Elvis hitting first. So once you go through the batting order once, that's like being a third place hitter with a couple of leadoff hitters in front of you.
And Michael, with a few innings still to go, is a triple away from the cycle tonight. One of the few things he has not done as a Ranger yet. But you know what, Tag? This whole thing doesn't happen if Trainer doesn't beat out that fielder's choice in the fourth inning. Earlier in the fourth inning.
That runs pretty well for a catcher.
Kinsler now with a runner at second. He's got his RBI and a run scored tonight.
The fans wanted offense. They got it tonight. 10 runs, 12 hits in the fourth inning.
What a pretty shot right there in this ballpark. We say it all the time. When it's filled up, and no prettier ballpark in the country. Ooh, Kinsler took a big swing that time on 2-0. He wanted to hit that one to the Lucas Oil sign out there about 20 rows behind the scoreboard.
He got the pitch to do it with. He just missed it.
Wow. Vlad Guerrero would be proud of that swing. Outside corner, 2-2. A 3-run fourth inning. Looking for more as Kinsler rips it to left field. It is up against the wall, and there is more. It's a 4-run inning. It's 11-2. And barring a meltdown of nuclear proportions tonight, this is going to be only the second 10-game win streak in Texas Ranger history.
Trying to throw it outside, he gets it inside. He does the rest.
Hit it right to his own smiling face right there. And here's Guerrero. 13 hits for the Rangers in 3 2/3 innings, and a night when the hottest hitter in the majors is on the bench. Doesn't look like Hamilton will have to pinch hit tonight.
I don't think so. But, you know, Ron said it when we interviewed him. He likes to get his extra men in the game. He wants to give everybody a chance. And it doesn't hurt to rest your veterans, rest your regulars so they stay strong all season long.
Inside, it hit him.
It wasn't a fastball. It just, I think, hit him right in the funny bone, it looked like. It was a breaking ball.
Vlad's been on 4 times in 4 innings with only 1 hit. 2 walks and now an HBP. Boy, David Murphy's getting some practice hitting lefties here tonight, huh? He's going to bat for the 4th time against a lefty in 4 innings. Ooh, yeah, right there on the elbow.
Yeah, so it wasn't a fastball. It wasn't going that fast, but it hit him right in the funny bone, it looked like. And it doesn't have to go very fast to hurt when it hits you right there.
Sure, the guy who's kicking himself right now is Dustin Nippert. I mean, here are 11 runs, and all you got to do is pitch 5 innings to be on line for the win. But poor Dustin just couldn't navigate that third inning real easy after 2 quick outs. Ogando pitched the scoreless 8-pitch 4th inning. Boy, look at that. 8 out of 14 with runners in scoring position tonight. Nelson Cruz on deck. And there is action in the Pirate bullpen now. DJ Carrasco, who pitched for a while last night.
Well, I'm sure John Russell's trying to protect his bullpen by saving someone for tomorrow in case they play a good game and make it a close game late in the ball game.
Wow, Murphy on base for a 3rd time. The Rangers sent 8 to the plate in the first, 9 in the second. Here's 10 in the 4th. Nelly Cruz doesn't want to make 2 of the 3 outs in this inning. Bases loaded, already 4 runs in, and again, a trainer doesn't beat out the fielder's choice. This is nothing at all. Well, the games sure are long on nights that you're elected to the Hall of Fame, Ted.
That's okay. For long with the Rangers leading 11-2. Goes the other way, then it really is long.
No, this is a fun night, boy. Just look out there and enjoy. Cruz off the end of the bat into this big Wednesday night crowd. Starting to see some signs pop up around the ballpark. The one that's been there all year is the one with the 92 on it. That was Nolan Ryan's prediction of how many wins the Rangers would get. And they keep updating it. They're already at 42 of 92. They're on pace. And again, not to be Buzz Killington here, but we got 17 head-to-head still against the Angels. Those are the big ones. Nice to get fat here on this homestand, but got to play the Angels a bunch still.
Well, the Angels are playing pretty well themselves. The Angels have moved from 5 or 6 games under. Now they're in position 7 games over. They're beating the Dodgers. Beat the Dodgers last night. They beat the Dodgers 4 straight in interleague play.
Nelson Cruz, up the middle it goes. 1 run is in. Vlad Guerrero running through a stop sign is going to score easily. He's just having too much fun to slow down.
Well, I think what Dave Anderson was doing was trying to show some compassion toward the Pirates and not pile it on by maximizing the run totals. Vlad knew he could score on the play and just kept on going.
Well, as you say a lot, Tom, a lot of times it's just about when teams play other teams. The Pirates have been in big-time struggle mode for a while now. The Rangers have caught fire. They started with an 8-game win streak on the road coming home. And that's what the Pirates walked into here, just an absolute hornet's nest. And that'll be it for Dana Evelyn. They're going to go to the bullpen. Everything following Matt Trainer beating out a fielder's choice. And the Rangers just rolling now. 13-2 in the 4th. We're back in just a moment. 13-2. It's a 6-run bottom of the fourth. And DJ Carrasco will be summoned. He pitched an inning plus yesterday. He's been kind of an Iron Man for them, getting into his 32nd game already. If the Rangers can keep on hitting right here, it's possible. No, it looks like it's definitely going to happen now. Andrews will hit 5 times in 5 innings. Might be 5 times in 4 if they really get going. Tough to lobby for more than what they got, though, right now, after a 5-run second, a 6-run fourth, and leading 13-2.
I got a feeling before too long, Arias and Blanco are going to see some time in this game.
You might see a Pirates position player pitching, too. Outside from Carrasco to Smoke. The only homer was from Michael Young, second batter of the game. Set a nice tone. And here's what 42-28 will do for you, Tag, on a Wednesday night with the Pirates in town. All due respect to the Pirates, they're not a draw like the Yankees or the Red Sox. 33,646 here tonight.
That's great. On a nice walk-up.
On a Wednesday night against the Pirates.
Well, Kurt Deichert's here tonight because of the dollar hot dogs. So I imagine there's a few other people out there, too. Have to ask Fritz how many he ate tonight. Only went for 2 tonight.
Fritz Deichert.
How many did you go for, Fritz?
Had that
3.
many? Yeah.
Ah, big night. You out-ate your father, boy.
Couple of strikes on Smoke here with 2 on, 2 out. A 13-2 lead for the Rangers in the 4th inning. Up and outside. Trainer on deck. Smoke already has a hit this inning. Well, the Rangers have 2 innings tonight where they have 6 hits. Two on, 2 out. 6 runs in. And Smoke hits it slowly towards Walker. That'll do it for a very productive 4th inning. What a night as the Rangers are dismantling the Pittsburgh Pirates 13. To 2 as we get to the 5th. Get you back to that trivia question that it seems like we asked about a half an hour ago. 3 teams in Major League history have won 16 interleague games in a single season. Those teams were Boston in 06, Minnesota in 06, Oakland in 02. Rangers won't quite be as good as 16-2, but they've been stellar in interleague play, trying to make it 10 straight wins in interleague play and 10 straight overall. We thought Steve Busby would never get here. It's 10 after 9,
yeah.
for golly's sake.
Yeah, I was kind of stumbling around the halls and pretending like I was pitching, and I wasn't.
Well, the Pirates already in this game, Buzz, through 4 innings, they've thrown 120 pitches.
I really didn't need to know the exact number, Josh. I mean, that's a nice number, but
what are they cheering about?
TCU has just gone up.
Oh, great. Mike Moncrief is down there with a TCU hat on. Couldn't figure that out.
They just rallied from down 7-3 to take a 9-7 lead.
Wow. That is big.
Dave Burchett breaking in with that news.
Couldn't figure it out.
Phil Crow just left. Cameraman, he's gone. He's celebrating.
All right, so anyway, you were saying that obviously there were a lot of Pirate pitches tonight.
Oh man, yeah, and I don't know. I'm gonna blame Mulholland. He got the mound so messed up, nobody could pitch out there, and I think that's what happened to Dustin too. But
really?
yeah, I felt bad for him. I mean, it gets to the point where everything you throw up there is either hit hard and finds a hole or hit softly and finds a hole. Then you walk a couple guys and they all score.
Frustrating, though, I'm sure, for Dustin Nippert. I mean, here's a night where your team gets you 13 runs without Josh Hamilton in 4 innings, and you got to pitch 5 innings, but you can only go 3. McCutchen down on strikes.
Yeah, and I think the thing that is probably going to bother Dustin the most is getting the lead and then losing it all of a sudden, losing command of the strike zone or even control in the strike zone. He gets 2 outs there in the 3rd inning and then can't find a way to get the 3rd out. And that's when you have a 7-1 lead. That's what really is frustrating, Josh.
Buzz, how about your first impression about Alexio Gondo?
I like what I see from his arm. Too bad the problems down south kept him out of baseball for a few years with the Rangers.
Well, it looks like it's worth the wait.
Yeah, no kidding.
Kid throws hard, throws strikes.
That is the frustrating part. You look at this and you're glad it's here, and you're thinking, boy, I mean, this could have been here in about 07.
Yeah.
Buzz, how about we're talking about TCU at the College World Series? How about your experience at the College World Series?
Nothing better. I had such a great time. I think of all the baseball memories I've had, and those really stand out. The 2 that I've participated in are the standout moments, I think, in my baseball career.
Now, what years and how'd your team do? And
that was
1970
and 1971, and we went back there and won both times. We won the national championship. As a matter of fact, that started a string of 5 straight years that we won the national championship.
And that was the great Rod Dedeaux.
Rod Dedeaux,
yeah. At USC, we're talking about.
Yeah, Southern Cal, and it was tremendous. I have never been to a Super Bowl, but it had to be the college Super Bowl idea of baseball. Fans going crazy, and it was.
Who were some of the other players and pitchers on your team?
Let's see, the first year. Well, I'm going to have to leave that until
you're going to stay and answer that question.
Oh, okay. All right.
Steve Busby will be coming back and joining us in a 13-2 ball game right after this.
Back at the ballpark in Arlington, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. All Rangers 13-2 over Pittsburgh. And Josh and Tom, look who we have here. It's world-proclaimed documentary producer Ken Burns. 10th inning comes out in September. Is that correct?
September 28th
Tell us about
29.
Tell us about it, Ken.
Well, you know, in 1994 we came out with our 9-episode, 9-inning history of baseball that took us up to 92, and there's been so much action in the last 2 decades, some of the most consequential action in the history of the game, that we felt compelled to come back and revisit it and deal with some unpleasant stuff like steroids and the strike, but also the great individual performances in every league, in nearly every team. It's been a great dynamic couple of decades.
How long did it take you to do 10th inning?
Well, you know, we took us 4.5, 5 years to do the original series, but this was like 3 years of a labor of love, trying to get this story winnowed down to something we could really tell, and that it's a complicated story. It's originally going to be 2 hours, now it's 2 hours, a top and the bottom of the 10th inning. And God willing, you know, in 10 years we'll come back and be celebrating the Rangers World Series victory and things like that.
There we go. Real quick, in this, when you were producing this and shooting this, is there anything that surprised you when this was going on?
I think it's the continual surprise of baseball, just how resilient it is. As we were beginning to labor under the fact that, are we ever going to get out from under the steroids thing? Do these statistics mean anything anymore? You know, the game rebounded in the best sort of way. And that's the surprising thing. And I remember in the first series we had a quote from 1858 saying, you know, they don't play baseball the way they used to when I was a kid. Every generation has complained that it wasn't the same as before. But in fact, the play on the field is never better.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, we could talk to him all night, but we got a game going on. Appreciate it. Best of luck.
We got a great game going on.
Yeah. Excellent. 10th inning coming soon. Josh.
13-2 is our little ball game. Thank you very much, Jim. Welcome, Ken. Steve Busby's still with us, and if Elvis will take a pitch, Buzz can answer a question from last inning about his USC teammates.
Oh, I was going to ask you what the question was. I forgot. Some of the guys on there, Dave Kingman, Jim Barr, Brent Strom, were the guys a year ahead of me. Well, Dave and I were the same class, but we had Roy Smalley and Fred Lynn, and we had some good players and had a lot of fun back there in Omaha. It's a treat.
You know, now college teams, I believe, can give out something like 11.5 scholarships, something like that. How about back then? Did they have unlimited scholarships for baseball?
No, they didn't. As a matter of fact, baseball has always had the fewest of any of the major sports.
How do you get all you guys in the same place?
Well, you know, it's a funny thing. Freddie Lim was on a split baseball scholarship.
Oh, was he?
I was too, and Kingman was on a split baseball scholarship. So there was a little financial finagling.
They were ingenious how they did that, though.
Andrews with a base hit, and what a night for Elvis. He has been on base 5 times in 5 innings. He had been 3 for his last 33, and he is 3 for his last 3 now, just in the last probably about 55 minutes.
Well, that's a good sign, because he's due to get hot, and when he does, you've got Bourbon and Andrus both hot at the same time, getting on base for the rest of the guys in the lineup.
Andres Blanco will pinch hit. That'll be the end of the night for Michael Young. And no cycle, I guess, for Michael then. Homer, single, and double, and 4 runs batted in. That's plenty.
Well, the rest of the night off will just make Michael well rested for tomorrow's game. I mean, the way this game has gone, it's been a full game already in 4.5 innings, so not like he's getting a night off or anything.
You know, this has been the first blowout the Rangers have had in 2 weeks almost, going back to the Seattle series here. And you know, Washington really hasn't had a chance to get Michael out of the lineup. He said he won't take a full day off. He'll take an inning here or 2 here and there. Good thing it happened tonight, though. He can get him out of there for 4 innings or so.
Yeah.
Two in the first, 5 in the second, 6 in the fourth after the Rangers took the 3rd inning off.
How about Tom House, Buzz? Was he there when you were there?
Tom was 2 years ahead. Yeah, 3 years ahead of him.
3 years?
Yeah. Yeah, I never played on the team that Tom played on.
Should be a straight-up swap here. Blanco for Young at 3rd. 2-1 from Carrasco is poked in the air towards center. All right, Steve Busby, good job. You kept the Rangers on top by 11.
Thank you, gentlemen. Again, congratulations, Tom. Well-deserved honor.
Very nice of you to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Buzz. Good to see you, man. All right, after the game, Rangers Live with Steve Busby. 13-2 Rangers. F-150. Ford is the best in Texas and by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. Now the Rangers 4 innings away from their second ever 10-game win streak. They've been here in Arlington 39 years playing baseball, and only once have they had a double-digit win streak. It's looking real good for the second one now.
The other thing that's looking real good is Alexi's pitch count. He's pitched 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down on 17 pitches.
Well, and pitching with a lead like this, that's what you want to see. I mean, he's got great stuff. Just go after everybody. Hit hard and picked by Elvis Andrews.
That was a skimmer right there.
No worries, though, for Elvis out there at short. We bring in Emily Jones.
Hey, guys, pleased to be with you to remind you what is up on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. You can find more on these streaking Texas Rangers. Never can get enough Rangers news these days. And also the TCU Horned Frogs as they continue their magical run at the College World Series in Omaha. I guarantee the guy that is operating my camera right now is very happy about what's going on in Omaha. And I am very happy to toss it back to a Hall of Famer, Tom Grieve. Congratulations on the honor. Well deserved, my friend.
Thank you, Em.
July the 24th, Tom Grieve will be ushered in among the greats in Ranger history officially. You're already great, but now you get a plaque.
Before I came to the ballpark today, my wife said, "Are you going to be hard to live with now?" And I said, well, that kind of implies that I haven't been hard to live with up to now. Thank you for the compliment.
Well played by you right there.
Kind of diffused her argument.
Sure. Wow. Ogando, we know he can hit, we know he can pitch, and now we know he can field.
Well, he's also making them put it in play, too. They've hit a couple of balls hard. That ball to short was hit pretty hard. The line drive, Church hit to center was hit pretty hard. But the point is, you've got an 11-run lead. Go right after him. Throw strikes. 22 pitches for 8 outs.
Last year's inductees, by the way, to the Ranger Hall of Fame, Toby Harrah and Ruben Sierra. No one got in 08. In 07, it was Rusty Greer. Back in 05, the late, great Mark Holtz and John Wetland. The 04 class was Buddy Bell, Fergie Jenkins, and Tom Vandergriff. Really would be no Texas Rangers without Tom Vandergriff.
Yep. He should be the first guy in for sure.
And that initial class, the 2003 class, was Jim Sundberg and Nolan Ryan, 2 guys who had to vote you in today. Johnny Oates and Charlie Huff.
That's a pretty formidable class right there.
Rip and a miss.
Formidable performance by Alexi. 25 pitches, 9 outs.
That's what you want to see in a 13-2 rout. Jackpot worth $100 tonight and dinner for two at Sonic. Good luck to Dorothy Alderdice of Denton. If a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, we're giving away $25,000, and you can register at any North Texas Sonic restaurant. Pitching change for the Pirates. They've really had to run through it tonight. They've given up 13 runs on 15 hits in 5 innings. And a Frisco resident, Joel Hanrahan, another guy with a big pass list here tonight, is coming on to pitch for the Buccos. He has struck out, look at that, struck out 46 in not even 30 innings.
You look at those numbers and you say, how in the world did he get a 4.55 ERA? He's only given up 3 home runs, 216 opponents' batting average, and 12 walks. How did that happen?
How did that happen?
Must have had a couple of bad outings.
Hanrahan last year, I mean, if you're a Washington Nationals fan, you got to be looking at this going, really? Because he pitched 33 games for Washington, 33 for Pittsburgh. 32 innings for one of them, 31 for the other. His ERA with Washington was 7.7. His ERA with the Pirates was 1.7. Something clicked when he got to Pittsburgh last year. Kinsler checking his swing, or trying to. Joe West gives him a pass here. Already 2 hits, 2 runs batted in for Kinsler tonight. The 4 RBI night for Michael Young. Productive night for Elvis Andrus, which he really needed. Been a while for Elvis. High fly ball in the left. And Vlad Guerrero comes up next. Hanrahan certainly finding the strike zone in that at bat. Two walks, RBI single, hit by pitch for Vlad tonight. Rolling that one to third. Out number 2. This couldn't be a 1-2-3 inning, could it? Murphy coming up next. Folks, you can cast your Scott's All-Star ballot at Lowe's. Enter to win a VIP All-Star experience. Compliments of Scott's. There is Matt Harrison getting ready for the Rangers now. Alexei Ogando. Man, 3 innings. What'd you say, 25 pitches?
25 pitches. He's going to be 3-0 after 3 relief appearances. His first 3 relief appearances.
Like it's just no big deal. Nippert, 3 innings, 82 pitches. And Ogando, 9 up, 9 down. And you're right. I mean, right now looking like he'll be 3-0, 3 games into his big league career. Tomorrow night, the finale of the 3-game series. Scott Feldman's going to wonder if the guys can come up with even about half of this for him. Try to get to 6-6 for the year. Jeff Karstens goes for the Pirates.
Jim Knox almost got that one.
He did?
He went flying after it. Couldn't quite get there.
Oh, what the...
If Jim got that, he would have been the fan for the night.
He could have awarded himself his own tote bag.
The moon was in my eyes.
Murphy will send that way away from Jim Knox this time into the crowd.
It's a pretty bright moon.
It is, yeah. toward Noxie. 2-2 to Murphy. He's been on base 3 times tonight. Looking for 4. That ball is going to be caught on the run by McCutcheon. And it is a 1-2-3 inning. They needed a hand a long time ago. 13-2 Rangers. Cabot Wood's legendary performance, and here it was back in 1973 on this date. Right after pitching his Houston area high school team the state title, David Clyde, all 18 years old of him. Debuts here in Arlington against the Twins. The pomp and circumstance was incredible. David Clyde chosen over Dave Winfield and Robin Yount, among others, in the 73 draft. And as we all know now, that it didn't go great career-wise, but boy, what a lot to talk about for a while. Matt Harrison's going to take over. No David Clyde, and he's in a good spot right here. There's really not that much of the game left. There's a lot of wiggle room here, up 11 runs.
Well, Ogando could get a win. Matt Harrison could get a save.
That's right.
Not unprecedented.
We've seen crazier. Wes Littleton saved a 30-3 game for the Rangers a few years ago. If you pitch the last 3 innings of a win, you get the save. I think it should be called something else at that point. You're not really saving anything. Maybe the rest of the bullpen, but Harrison is equipped to go for a while. He's got the most pitches in a single game by any Ranger pitcher this year. When he was a starter, he had that 127 pitch effort against Seattle first week of the season. Tonight it was Dustin Nippert who started, but for the second straight time could only get through 3 innings because of a lot of pitches. That ball poked by Bobby Crosby in the right center field. Bourbon has to lunge, and he dropped it. He and Guerrero both nearing that ball, and it had a little bit more giddy up than I think Bourbon expected, or rather Cruz out there, not Guerrero. Sorry about that. Anyway, it went off of Bourbon and Cruz. Let's see if Cruz, as we watch the replay here, maybe Cruz screened Bourbon.
Well, the right fielder goes after the ball until he's called off by the center fielder. And either one of them could have caught it easily if the other one wasn't there. But I think Cruz definitely affected the way Bourbon went after the ball. And it probably would be a slightly easier play for Cruz. It looked like it was kind of slicing back toward him.
Scored a double. Nobody hotter on the Pirates right now than Bobby Crosby. 8 for his last 10. Jose Tabata, top of the order. 0 for 3 tonight, was 0 for 5 yesterday. The 2-run first seemed like a good start. That was the Michael Young home run. Then 5 in the second, 6 in the fourth. All those after 2 out. Pirates had a little bit of a scare there when it was 7-2 when they had loaded the bases in the third, but that was extinguished. Good movement there from Harrison in on Tabata. Line shot, foul. Look out over there by that camera well. Oh, Larry, you good? $33,646 at the ballpark. Just enjoying this one. Dance, Tabata, dance. Take it back to that foul ball, and Larry Allen, our cameraman, had this view.
Wow.
Sorry about that, Chief.
Oh, boy. Thank goodness Larry got out of the way of that.
Boy, those are stacking up right there, huh?
That's climbing the ladder right there.
3-2 pitch.
Either that or going down the stairs.
Boy, there's another one into right field. Now Harrison has been greeted with a couple of base hits. Ogando looking like Cy Young. He's the only guy that just breezed through it tonight.
He made it look easy. 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down, 25 pitches.
Now Neil Walker coming up, and we go to Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Josh. Hey, we got Jeff Kuster here because Hello Win Column, hard to believe, in the 5th year, Jeff?
It's the 5th year of the Hello Win Column Fund, Jim, bringing families out from the Ronald McDonald Houses, the American Cancer Society, Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and Cancer Care Services. Rangers have been great to provide the tickets for us, and we just love having the folks out here. I've got a new friend tonight, Mark, and Jacob here, and all the families just love coming out here, and tonight just a great night to be out here at the ballpark.
Yeah, it is, and people want to get involved. You see the name on the website, HelloWinColumn.com.
HelloWinColumn.com. We have a special deal now. If you go to the website and click on ticket offers, we have our tickets for some of the Yankees and Red Sox games coming up later in the year. You can go and purchase those games on StubHub to help the Hello Win Column Fund.
There we go. Jeff, good seeing you. Keep up the great work. Josh?
Crosby tagging. Thank you, Jim. That ball cut off in the infield. The Pirates have scored for the first time since the third. This is more in line with the Cowboys-Steelers score right now, 13-3. RBI number 10 at the big league level for Neil Walker. Speaking of the Cowboys, doesn't look like there will be any of that September crossover this year, the way the Cowboys schedule is with the Rangers schedule in September. But one thing that we might have to start peeking at is what happens in October if the Rangers are playing some ball. Lasting's Millage will pinch hit.
Well, I hope it's a major problem. And we'll figure out a solution to it.
Arlington's finest will be on it. Millage, the Bradenton, Florida native. Bradenton, you might know, is where the Pirates have been holding their spring training for forever. Millage used to go once a year on a field trip, he says, to watch the Pirates play at McKechnie Field. You had to have played at McKechnie Field.
I played a lot of games at McKechnie Field, yep. Both Major League Spring Training, Instructional League. Spent a lot of time over there before they redid the field. Great old spring training park. Great spring training town. Bradenton, Sarasota area is just fabulous. And when you go play in spring training games there, it resurrects a lot of baseball history for some of the famous players who spent spring trainings there.
Millage not real close and not real happy either.
That's better from Matt. Got ahead with his fastball and finished him off with a good changeup.
Looks like Harrison might be gaining some confidence now. That pitch will help. Now Garrett Jones, the guy that spent all that time at AAA, never got his shot in the Twins organization, gets kicked over to the Pirates, and he's just been huge. Bobblehead nights and everything. "21 homers for this guy and only about 300 at bats last year, coming up from AAA. This year he's got 10 already. Right now a 12-game hitting streak in jeopardy. Taking an 0 for tonight. They are desperately trying to start the wave right down beneath us. I mean, like their lives depend on it. On the ground near Smoke, and he'll go to the bag. This game now at the 7th inning stretch. All Rangers looking at a 10-game winning streak when this one is over. They're up by 10 tonight. Army Strong by your Texas Chevy dealers, proud sponsor of Texas baseball, and by Grown Ups in theaters Friday. We're going to have to wait to see Grown Ups, though. Got the Astros coming in Friday night. Fireworks after the game. 33,000 plus tonight to watch the Rangers roll it up against the Pirates. Pirates look like they're on their way to their 13th straight road loss. The Rangers looking like they're on their way to the 10th win in a row for them. Javier Lopez, who pitched a bit yesterday, into the game now. Cruz will foul it right at the plate. He's got 3 runs batted in tonight on a couple of singles. Rangers looking to get to 25-11 at home. They have really turned this place into what you want it to be, a home field advantage. Cruz trying to drop one in, and will in center field. That's Tabata who's moved over. Millage now in left. And with the leadoff man on, time for the Haynes comfortable moment. TCU fans starting to feel comfortable as their team has still got a lead tonight in Omaha. It is just that easy to stay comfortable at 91 degrees. Right, Phil Crow?
Phil's already been out to Omaha for a visit. See his beloved Horned Frogs play. I bet you if they're in the final, he'll be back to see him again.
I bet you're right. This could be quite the summer here in Tarrant County for baseball. The way TCU is going, the way the Rangers are going. The Rangers came in tonight, as we mentioned, with the second best record in the majors, just a little bit behind the Yankees, who were tied 2-2 tonight with Arizona.
Well, Florida State, I think, knocked out Florida. TCU's got a chance of knocking them out.
Well, they're going to get that wave started. No, at some point, I just feel it. Rip and a miss. And Justin Smoke, on a night where so many things are going well, he's taken a 1 for 5. It's gone final tag. TCU over FSU. Had to rally to get that done.
Eight runs in the 8th to do it.
Is that right? Well, them's some happy frogs. Matt Trainer will take a strike. Trainer cranks one towards center. There's Tabata. He's got it. Again, tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch. Feldman against Karstens is what we're looking at. And Friday, the Astros are in town. That's a Verizon Wireless Fireworks Friday. Get $10 tickets, $5 parking, courtesy of Verizon Wireless. The game is followed by a great post-game fireworks show set to Michael Jackson music. A little ABC 123 for your fine self. Go to TexasRangers.com. Enter Verizon as the coupon code to get yourself all set up. Bourbon had a 3-run homer yesterday. A walk and an infield hit tonight. His hit was part of that 6-run 4th inning for the Rangers. These Pirates are going to go to 5-20 in their last 25. And the Rangers, meantime, well, pick your streak. Either 10 straight, 13 out of 14, or 17 out of 21. Either way, it's all good. An amazing month of June. They're going to go to 17-4 in June. Team ERA of 3.2. Jones has to slide. He drops it, has no play. Second infield hit for Bourbon tonight.
Every time he hits the ball on the ground, the pressure's on the infield.
Yep.
To field it cleanly and make the play. So when he's driving the ball and getting his infield hits, that adds up to an average that's zeroing in on 300 now. He's 2 for 4 in the walk tonight.
Elvis Andrus about to bat for the 6th time in 7 innings. He only missed the 6th inning. He had a walk in the 1st, reached on an error in the 2nd. Singles in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Three for his last 3 after a 3 for 33. It'd be great to see Elvis just kind of jump in and enjoying the fun now. The last couple of weeks have been not real great at the plate for him. Remember, the Rangers doing all this tonight, resting the guy with the 17-game hitting streak. Josh Hamilton given the night off, 20 for his last 35 at-bats. And without him, the Rangers have 13 runs on 17 hits. Towards short. And the 6-4 fielder's choice. 13-3 Rangers at the end of 7. Of youth baseball programs throughout the state of Texas. If you'd like to learn more about Chevy's commitment to youth league baseball, go to ChevyTexasBaseball.com. All right, the Rangers need to hold on to a 13-3 lead here to have their 10-game win streak. Their 2nd ever. Joaquin Arias into the game at second base. Kinsler had himself a nice night tonight. Young and Kinsler both out now. Young had himself 3 hits, 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. Elvis Andrus, 3 runs scored tonight. Ryan Church, a wave and a miss. Check some scores from around baseball this inning for you. There's one non-interleague game. That's Houston leading San Francisco 6-3 tonight. The Astros come here next.
Good changeup.
Real good changeup.
Second strikeout on a changeup.
Pedro Alvarez will come up next, and we'll get back to the scoreboard after we go to Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Josh. Time for the Progressive fan of the game. It is Joshua from Stinnett, Texas, right outside Amarillo. Makes the drive here. Big Ranger fan. Also named his dog Murphy. So, Joshua, congratulations. The Progressive bag, the hat, the shirt. Way to go. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hello, Stinnett.
There we go. Okay, he's the wrong side. Way to go, Josh.
Thanks. Congratulations. Progressive fan of the game, and the actual David Murphy right there. Alvarez rips one to right field, but it hangs in the air long enough. But the White Sox and Braves finally underway after a rain delay, and Chicago leads it 3-1 in the fifth. Atlanta's got the best record in the National League, but the White Sox, the one American team as hot as the Rangers right now.
Yeah, they've won 9 out of 10.
The Angels trail at home to the Dodgers, 1-0 in the third.
Be 8 in a row if they win tonight.
For the White Sox, yeah. Cubs lead the Mariners 1-0 in the fourth inning, and well, they've started playing that Tyler Colvin more and more now. He's got a home run for the only run of the game, Chicago at Seattle.
It's like Lou started listening to Steve Stone, huh?
Yeah, that was quite a little dust-up about a week and a half ago. Steve Stone, the broadcaster, friend of the program here, said it during an interview. I don't understand why they're not playing Colvin more over there. And Lou Piniella went off. Hey, if Steve Stone knows so much, he should be managing. Well, those are both good emotional guys right there, and they had it out a little bit, and Colvin is playing, and
Steve won out.
Cooler heads are prevailing now.
Well, the bottom line is Colvin is a high draft choice, good young player. He's playing well for Lou and the Cubs, and he'll earn his playing time and get plenty of it over the years.
Domit taking high. All right, so the Marlins with their new coaching staff, new manager, new everything, going to Baltimore. Probably with a whole bunch of "Hello, my name is" name tags. Marlins beat the Orioles 7-5.
Good use of the changeup by Matt so far in this game.
Yep, getting Domit to ground out. The Rangers lead by 10. Bottom of the eighth coming up. From a Ranger slaughter tonight. 13-3 is the score right now. Bottom of the eighth. Everybody contributing is pretty much where we're going with this. And that is the case. The Rangers have piled up 17 hits. And they're on their way to an almost unprecedented 10-game win streak. They've only had one of those ever. They actually ran that one all the way to 14 back in 1991. On a day when the U.S. World Cup team was taken almost to the very end. Here's a reenactment in between innings. Landon Donovan's follow-up in the first minute of extra time, and that's exactly what he did after finally knocking it home. The Yanks were 3 minutes away from being eliminated today. But why the long face after a winning goal is what we want to know.
Well, that was pretty good. Captain shows his athletic ability right there. Can't help the long face.
It's a good shtick right there. Good shtick. And great win for the U.S. today. They will play Ghana going forward. Here's Evan Meek. And
Meek's having a pretty nice year.
That is only the best Major League ERA right there, 0.68. And 5 years ago to the day, yesterday, Tom, was when he was released by the Twins after an epic bout of wildness. Steve Blastozy's style wildness. One start in Beloit, Wisconsin. They say his first pitch went literally 20 feet over the catcher's head.
Wow.
Today, 5 years, 1 day later, a .68 Major League ERA, best in baseball.
Well, good for him, because that's not easy to overcome. It takes a lot of work.
Came into this series with 5 extra base hits allowed in 40 innings this year. Now, his fastball in the past has hit 100.
Well, that's 93. I'm not sure what that was, a cutter or a sinker that had unbelievable movement on it. It was 93 miles an hour.
Usually parks somewhere around 96 or 97. Taken away from Tampa Bay at the winter meetings in 07. And Blanco taking high. Mention the Marlins beat the Orioles, Tom. The Orioles now 19-52. And through 71 games, they are now worse than that 88 team that started 0-21.
Well, they can start scouting for next year's #1 draft choice.
Sure looks that way. They talked to Buck Showalter today about their full-time manager's job. Juan Samuel has the interim position right now. Samuel was part of that 119-loss Tiger team a few years ago. Was one of the base coaches there. It's not Juan's fault, but he's just been around a lot of losing. First at bat now for Joaquin Arias. And Max Ramirez has moved on deck.
That's a good game. All the extra men, not Josh, will have an at-bat at least tonight. 2 for Blanco.
The Rangers had their 13 runs tonight with 2 out in the 4th inning. It's just kind of been on autopilot since then. Brewers over the Twins tonight, 4-2 in the 8th. Twins currently a game-and-a-half lead over the Tigers. At least that was the case coming in tonight.
Well, the Twins went into Milwaukee and lost last night and have a chance to lose tonight, so maybe it's not that easy to go in and win in Milwaukee.
No, though the Rangers did it 2 out of 3. The Mets did beat the Tigers 5-0. The former Ranger R.A. Dickey goes to 6-0 as a Met.
You got how many innings he pitched?
I will find that out for you.
It'd be great if it was a shutout.
The Mets improved to 41-30. It's been a good baseball year in New York. The Yankees are real good too.
Remember what R.A. did in Detroit a number of years ago? He won a game in relief, and then a couple of days later started and won.
Knuckleballer can do that. R.A. went 8 innings, Tag, 4 hits allowed.
Wow.
Only 97 pitches needed. His ERA is 2.3.
Boy, he could have gone for the complete game.
They needed to get K-Rod an inning.
Wow.
Well, she's ready.
If you're sitting close, it's not a bad idea.
High pop up from Arias. Jones staggers around and puts it away. The Rangers came in tonight with a 3.5 game lead in the AL West. Here's a Jack in the Box standings page. Actually 5 up in the loss column. That's big. The Rangers with those games in hand on the Halos, who are trailing tonight. Now Max Ramirez will bat for Vlad Guerrero. Boy, all kinds of room in right center for Max Ramirez here. Tabata shaded towards left. Boy, and still only one home run to talk about tonight, Tom, and that was hit 2 batters into the game for the Rangers.
A few doubles, a lot of singles.
Michael Young had the homer, his 10th of the year.
Actually, 2 doubles back to back in the 4th inning by Young and Kinsler.
And a night off for Josh Hamilton. They didn't miss the guy with the 17-game hit streak much. The perfect night off for Josh.
Sure was. David Murphy chipped in tonight. He walked. He had 2 singles, scored a run, knocked in a run. A line shot to center field his last time up that was caught.
As you mentioned earlier, Tom, if Harrison goes back out there for the 9th, he'll get himself a save.
Yeah, no one's warming up, so it looks like he will.
And Ogando will go to 3-0 in 3 big league starts. He was worth the wait. 5 years to get him here.
He had 3 relief appearances, 3 wins.
That one fouled away. The guys continue to have fun on the bench. It's a shame that Elvis fell into that vat of butterscotch. On base 5 times tonight in his first 5 innings. He's not taking any ribbing at all from his teammates for that hair. None. See, and now that the Rangers are poised to have a 10-game win streak, we can't even get goofy up here and say, what would you do that for a you know, if the Rangers won 10 in a row, would you?
Why not? You could say 12. Would you do that for a 12-game winning streak or a 15-game winning streak? There's always a way to do that.
Well, that's true. Explosion in the
can't do it for 10 now.
No, it's.
But you could do it for 15.
I might go butterscotch at 15.
Okay. You have heard it.
I said
now,
might.
Don't toss it out like that unless you mean it.
All right. That's strike 3, by the way, to Max Ramirez. I'll ponder 15.
All right.
But you'd have to go butterscotch too.
I don't know what I'd have to, I don't know how I'd do it. I could maybe do it on the sides, a little butterscotch on the sides. Or I could maybe get a wig and wear it.
Butterscotch wig at 15.
Butterscotch wig.
Yeah. If such a thing, you might have to go, I mean, you might have to go crazy butterscotch fro or something if it's just a wig.
Who knows? Maybe sometime this year they'll have butterscotch wig night at the ballpark in honor of Elvis. They've already had Elvis night.
Murphy chops one to first.
Oh.
And that's it. The Rangers are so close now to a 10-game win streak. They're up 13-3. They need to get 3 outs. Texas Ranger Baseball brought to you by Southwest Airlines, by Progressive, and by the Ford F-150. Andy LaRoche is pinch hitting for the Pittsburgh Pirates here in the top of the ninth. Matt Harrison looking for his first big league save. If you go the final 3 innings in a win, you get a save. Alexei Ogando would get a win, and if indeed Harrison can complete this inning time, it would be 3 pitchers each pitching 3 innings tonight. Nippert, Ogando, and Harrison.
Yeah.
And Ogando would be 3-0 in 3 big league appearances and 1-for-1 at the plate. LaRoche, after sitting around for 3 hours, gets an at-bat and strikes out.
Well, Matt gave up the leadoff double in the 7th on a ball that probably could have been caught. Soft single, and since then it's been 7 up, 7 down with 3 strikeouts. Throwing the ball well, locating his fastball there. He's had a real good changeup tonight. Good night of work for Matt. He's going to end up with 45 pitches or so.
To right field, that ball carries off the bat of Crosby, still drifting a little bit. There's Cruz, 2 out, and we'll start to lock and load this thing now. The Rangers are to within 1 out of their second ever 10-game winning streak. 39 years of baseball here in Arlington. This will be the second time they've done it. It will also be 13 wins out of 14, 17 out of 21. And a chance to sweep the Pirates tomorrow with Scott Feldman on the mound. Got a huge Wednesday night crowd start out to watch it tonight. If you don't have your tickets yet for tomorrow, log on and get them. TexasRangers.com. Harrison, by the way, does have 1 professional save. That was in his very first couple of weeks in the Gulf Coast League back in 2003. But never in the big leagues. He'll have that shot right here. Ogando will go to 3-0. And on a night that Josh Hamilton sat it out, 13-3 Rangers. The Angels at last check tied now with the Dodgers, 1-1 in the 5th. Ground ball towards short, and here we go. Ball game, 10 in a row for the Texas Rangers. And they win by 10 tonight. Murphy in for Hamilton. One of those nights where, as the Little League coaches say, everybody hits.